This is a public host, by the way, and some of y'all really need better, I don't know how to say it, but media training in general. Like, if you're going to lie to people, at the very least, learn how to crop this thing out. Okay? But I'll come to this post later. I have something even more important to say. You know, recently there was this, right? And apparently, the one thing that's special about this is that because of this, the bus enthusiasts started misbehaving at Tampines Bus Interchange. So you know Tampines Interchange, right? There is the concourse in the middle, and then there are two sides. So there is the 291 side, and then there is the 293 side, which contains the SMRT services, like this, and then this as well. And then the bus was like parked here. I mean, it was like picking up passengers. And then there's like a fence along this area, and then you would usually see 67 and 969 parked around these areas. And then over here, if I'm not mistaken, is where the food court is at. So the bus was here. And the distinction is that this one is a public area over here, including here as well. And then this one, there is like is it the red zigzag line or something? I cannot remember. Everything that's along here is basically considered a private area. So to keep things into context, no, the people snapping the bus did not trespass into a private area. The more accurate way to put it is that they trespassed through the private area. They trespassed from a public area into a private area, and then finally back into public territory. So it's like public, private, public. And if anything, this just reflects really badly on the bus enthusiasts. Not really because it's dangerous. Okay, like in this case, I wouldn't really, like, textbook definition, I wouldn't really say this is dangerous. It's more of like intruding into private property. But again, I believe there might have been people who don't know how to read signs. They just decided to take a shortcut instead of like walking one big round. I'm pretty sure, like, all these like open air interchanges, right? It's very prone to people just like cutting through the bus park. And it isn't necessarily just a Singaporean thing. Even in other countries, there are people who just like, they see that like the bus bay is like empty, right? They just walk past. So even if, let's say, you tell GAS to look at the CCTV footage, there's nothing much they could do about it, because even if they do catch the people, they would at most be fined, and it's like a slap on the wrist to them. So I'm not condoning this. I'm just saying that like they did wrong, but technically it's not enough to actually press charges against the people who were involved. And like I've been saying, this doesn't just reflect badly on bus enthusiasts in general. It's more of like, it also reflects on their just complete lack of skill, because number one, I'm pretty sure you guys had already known that this bus is like the Cameo bus is in operation. You know that the bus is going to make its rounds into Tampines. You all, like the whole lot of you, have ample time to walk here and then into this public area. You guys had ample time. But no, you guys just decided to, at the very last minute, jaywalk across like this. Not jaywalk, but like trespass into an area that only bus captains are allowed to go into. Again, this kind of enforcement, it's a lot more difficult in, open air interchanges as opposed to ITHS. Yeah, I get that, but it's like, it's more of like skill issue as opposed to like overall safety and people following the rules. It's like, and the thing is like, it's not like you guys saw, even if you guys saw a hybrid over here, right? You guys have enough time to like walk. It's not like as if the bus is going to arrive from the depot and then immediately start service. No, usually they would like park around here. So again, right, like, given the fact that this area is actually public, why don't you guys just make your way there in the first place, since you know that 969 is going to be picking up passengers? Like, there are some things that I just don't get. It's more of like skill issue, if anything. And not to mention, everybody that snapped the bus at here, I don't know if people snapped at here, but okay, whatever. Everybody who snapped at this angle, you would get like more or less the same photo, just with slight variations in angle. And I'm like, what the fuck is the fun in all of this? Why don't you guys, like, different people, you guys go and camp at different locations so that you can properly, photograph the bus at wherever you want to photograph, instead of like everybody just like crowding around the same fucking area. And it's not about like, oh, everybody's fighting first. It's not about that, but it's like every single one of you is like going to get like pretty much the exact same photo. So I'm like, what the fuck is the point? So like, if you look at those photos, right, all you will see is, okay, you see the bus bay over here, and then you guys see the bus over here. Hopefully this actually looks like what it's supposed to look like, and then you see the bus over here, right? And then you guys can see the rain shelter a little bit, and then here's the berth, and then here is like the road. Every single person who snapped at this spot is going to get more or less this picture. So I'm like, you guys could like, there is like a public area that is like near McDonald's, right? Okay, I know it's blocked by the fence, but I don't recommend doing this, but if you guys want to carry your ladders and then snap from there, okay, go ahead. But why did every single person have to cram at that one single spot? And why don't you guys camp at like the goddamn entrance of the interchange instead? Can you imagine, like, every single person has the exact same photo, pretty much, for their Instagram, and then, I don't know, and then all you're gonna do is to write your, I don't know, ChatGPT generated captions, or just fake as fuck captions. What's the point of this? None of your photos are unique. Like, isn't the whole point of photography to it's not just about like snapping at challenging angles or anything. No, it's like, isn't it supposed to like show your flair? Because all you're doing is like, this is a problem I have with like people who are like, I don't know how to put it. It's like people who feel like emulating other people is the way to go, rather than bringing out like the most unique parts about yourself as a person. And like, every fucking photo is gonna be the same. Like, and what's the point of it? And I get it, it's a full body ad buzz. You guys want to show off like the full body ad. Okay, I get it. But I'm pretty sure there's like more than one place to like to snap the ad, right? Even if you guys want to jaywalk across the road at like, I don't know, Admiralty Station, I'm not even gonna say anything, because as long as you don't get hit, right, nobody's gonna say anything. And it's much more peaceful there, honestly, as long as it's like not raining or anything. Like, there's bound to be like places whereby the bus would lay over at the stop long enough. And it also brings me to the point that I have mentioned before. It's like, 969 is crowded. Like, even if this SD were to arrive just right behind a DD or a Bendy or whatever, there would still be packs, and you guys would have had ample time. So why not prepare yourself? Just camp here. Don't jaywalk at the very last minute. Don't trespass across private property at the very last minute. I get some people are adolescent. Some of them are near adulthood. And you're just desperate for like the best photos. You want to get your likes on Instagram when you guys aren't even monetized. Okay. I get it. You guys want the thrill. Okay. I get it. But it's more so like skill issue rather than any oh my god. Cause the entire group, right? I'm not like saying everybody in like that entire group is bad. Some of them they just want photos. Even if it means risking whatever. I'm not gonna like judge them because of that. Maybe they just got desperate. But it's like, so I would say most of them, yeah, they didn't do the wrong thing, but it's not like they committed a sin against humanity or what. So it's not like, I'm not condoning it, but it's like not that bad in retrospect. But the one thing that I just cannot understand is that, like, why are the very people that run this goddamn account that it's like created just to sabotage other bus enthusiasts for bad behavior, when the people owning this fucking account are responsible for such bad behavior in the first place? You guys know who you are. I'm not gonna like, you guys know who you are. And the thing is, like, if you guys, right, have the balls to punk all this kind of stuff, why not join the PTO, go become a depot starter or what, and then you can punk all you want. You can punk out your 969 on set bus with a full body ad, which technically isn't full body based on like Hong Kong standards, but like, why not you join the PTOs and you can punk all you want? You can impress your friends all you want. I mean, whether you get caught or not is one thing, but it's like, why not you go punk instead? I just don't get it. And the thing is, if you guys got to punk, right, I believe you would have punked out even more amazing stuff. Like, I don't know, they probably have N1, they probably have N2. I believe that's the. I believe they removed the R ever since it handed over. I think it should be this. You guys can go and punk all you want. Because some of the people I know, they've also done the depot punking before. I'm like, why not do that instead of... See, here's the thing, like, if you guys have worked in the PTO before, y'all should be, like, cerebral enough to, like, understand which parts of the interchange are private property and which parts of the interchange are public property. It's like, what the fuck? I just don't get it. And I don't know why some content creators, right, they give a lot of attention to this Instagram page, or do you guys call it page? I know there are Facebook pages, but do you guys call it Instagram page? I don't know why you guys give these pages so much attention when they're hell-bent on sabotaging other bus enthusiasts, but they commit the same stuff as the people that they're trying to sabotage. Or even worse, to be honest. Because, yeah, like, I know JC might be a nuisance, okay? But you guys commit stuff that's, like, worse than him, if anything. So again, I'm not saying this is, like, super wrong or anything, as much as I don't condone it, but I just, like, is it so difficult to, like, walk, I don't know, 50 to 100 extra steps rather than zoom? I just don't get it. Or why not go inside Kofu? You guys have, like, the seat choping culture, right? Chop a seat that's, like, right next to the 969 berth. Point your camera there. You're gonna get the bus, regardless. As long as nobody, like, gets in the way of your camera, of course, but... Oh my god. Or go to McDonald's. Even McDonald's probably has, like, a vantage point. Okay, maybe McDonald's isn't good. Maybe McDonald's in their area isn't that good, but okay, whatever. I just never understand why. It's not just it's like 1 or 2 people doing this, if it's just 1 or 2 people, like, okay, just 1 or 2, but the entire group who call themselves like professional photographers, they're doing this, like, it's always the same group of people, and are you guys this unskilled to the point whereby you need so much handicap just to snap one bus for your not monetized Instagram account? What's your purpose in life? And the thing is, if the PTOs ever find out, you guys will be in trouble. Like, especially if some of you guys want to work in PTO. If you guys don't want to work in PTO and this is just a side hobby, okay, you want to be a daredevil, okay, don't get caught, okay, fine. But it's not gonna benefit you guys are not helping yourselves. You're just like sabotaging not only yourselves but other people as well. Just because most people don't say stuff doesn't mean like it's okay, alright? Oh my god, these people. I just cannot. Again, I'm not mad at all the quote-unquote trespassing antics. I'm just like, are people this bad skill-wise? I'm not saying I'm a good photographer or a videographer. I'm just saying, are you guys this bad? To the point where only one spot works for you and you guys don't know how to fucking improvise? And like, here is my textbook angle, and all of you guys have to follow it. Singapore education system. But then again, at least these people aren't trespassing live firing areas, so... And then some of them even had, like, the guts to say, forgive and forget! The fact that, like, you drove a bunch of, like, under 18s into a live firing area, like, some people even had the audacity to tell me to forgive and forget. When you guys are literally entering... Yeah. I don't get these people. They are... they're just another species. Another species. There's a public post, by the way, and on the topic of dishonest people in general, defeated. I should have just taken Emirate. Okay, this is probably a Singlish thing, because grammatically, the grammatically correct version should be I should have just taken and not just take from Pongo to Bedok, but I probably Singlish, but I have opted to take the bus instead. App show. It's plural, okay? The app, or if you just want to say app shows bus 34. Okay, it's very Singlish. I'm sorry. It's like arrives in 3 minutes. In the end, it arrived after 17 minutes. Okay. Packed like sardines, and it stopped at every Oh my god! At every traffic. Traffic light in this case is not plural. Every traffic light junction, traffic junction, and bus stop. Okay. You don't say every traffic lights. You don't say every bus stops. It's every bus stop. Every traffic light. Every traffic light junction. Big word. Surprise, surprise. Excruciatingly slow. Oh my god! Oh, I read it as excruciatingly. What is wrong with me? Excruciatingly slow bus ride to TP to transfer to 168, which is another 13 minutes wait. I'm still on the bus to Bedok. Okay, so basically, he is coming from 34. I assume he was coming from Pongo MRT or Pongo Road. That unique stop with 34, if I'm not mistaken. 34 and 34's express variant. Okay, so he took 34. The app was lying about 34. I pity him because 34's frequency is dog shit. I agree. He came to the TPE bus stop and he's transferring 168, and he's like, okay, maybe he had failed to take a picture of himself inside the bus. He was too busy, and then he decided to AI generate this using AI. Okay, whatever, but if you want to use AI, right, at the very least be smart enough to hide it so that your story is a lot more convincing, okay? Oh my god. Okay, but this then prompted me to think about something. So, you have Pongo. He didn't specify where within Pongo he's coming from, but since he took 34, right, it's either he's coming from Interchange, Waterway Point, or Pongo Road. Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna put Pongo Central in general. And then he says Badok. He didn't say Badok North, Badok South, Badok Reservoir. I'm not gonna count Kaki Bukit because that is like not within the boundaries of Badok anymore. You could say Chai Chi, but then Chai Chi is just like one transfer, so I'm not gonna count Chai Chi. Didn't mention. So okay, let's just say Badok North MRT over here. If you're saying Northeast Line, Circle Line, and then you change at McPherson, Downtown Line. Okay, if you're going to Badok North with MRT, even though it's two transfers, you might beat 168. But obviously, if you're trying to head towards like Badok Reservoir North or Badok Central-ish, then even if 168 doesn't win, like let's assume good traffic and then it's like off-peak, not many people are boarding, assuming he actually took the bus off-peak. Then yes, even if 168 loses, at least you get like a comfortable no transfer ride. So really, it depends. And then it also reminded me of the fact that like there's no bus that currently, in the past 518 returning to Pasir Ris, right, it actually went Bedok North Avenue 1, Bedok North Road, and the area that's like below Bartley Road East flyover, which is like Tampines Avenue 10 over here. 518 historically had this route before it got amended to KPE. So nowadays there isn't any bus that actually does this. And most you have like 23 that takes you to just before PIE. And then you probably have to transfer like 137 into Bedok. So my point is that there is no bus that goes from like Bedok to Bedok North MRT, straight up Tampines Avenue 10 to IKEA, and then to Pongo, which is probably worth exploring. Or even if you don't want to send it to Pongo, once PLAB moves out and then they didn't reforest that area, they're planning to build a new HDB town in it or whatever, you could consider Bedok North MRT and then sending the new bus service into PLAB and then sending it to wherever you want to send it, like Pongo, I don't know. Worth exploring. But then the reason why 168 doesn't apply Tampines Avenue 10 is because Tampines Avenue 10, historically, it was empty. Like 298's looping point, back then there was like pretty much nothing. And then 168 actually winds within, because it's SBS territory historically, right? As in like in the 2000s era, right? So 168, you could afford to, I mean, in order to get catchment right, you have to make 168 wind this wait, what's its route again? 10, oh god, I'm rusty. 10, 9, 7, 4, 5, 1. Yeah. You needed to wind, you needed to touch the hub spoke bus stops, like basically at 4, 5, and 1 are the major hub spoke points, and 7 as well. You need to touch all these areas so that you get all the catchment you need for 168 to be sustainable. Because 168, all expressway bus services the expressway sector is kind of counted as dead mileage. So this would affect FRR, and just because the bus service has a low FRR doesn't mean it's not useful. It's more of like to offset the low FRR a little bit. It's best that you get all the catchment from within Tampines and Bedok, since it's your own territory. You had the autonomy to whine as much as you want, and since 168 caters to, it's supposed to cater to both Tampines and Bedok, right? Just whine all you want, get maximum catchment, and send them all to Woodlands and Jalan Kayu, then Woodlands. But yeah, but this option, or even this option up Tampines Avenue 10 straight, you could consider it next time, because right now you have to take like 137, which doesn't even, okay, it's actually, you have to take it at New Upper Changi Road. You cannot take it from Bedok Interchange. And then it will wind through the estates like Bedok North Street 3 before, yeah. So you could explore that option in the future, but just saying why 168 winds. And then my reaction to, because my friend sent me that post, and then my friend was saying, oh, it's a scam or what, you should talk about this. And then even the comments weren't like having it as well. It's like, your credibility kind of goes out of the window when you try to like AI generate something to explain a story. Sure, sometimes AI generating could help you explain an unrealistic scenario, or one in a scenario whereby you just don't have your phone with you, or your phone ran out of battery or something along those lines. Okay, I get it, but in this case, did you really have to do that? You could just screenshot the app and then people would believe you. But then again, this is probably why a lot of content creators, they are like, they're not honest, because they feel the need to like, I'm gonna stick myself into the photo so that there's like some sort of like human touch, right? So it looks more relatable, right? But it kind of gave the opposite effect. And not just that, I'm pretty surprised that the AI actually managed to, it's like, the guy probably thought like, oh, let's generate an SBS double-decker bus. He probably doesn't know what model it is. Or maybe Volvo. But even if he didn't input Volvo, I'm quite glad that the AI actually generated a Volvo B90L on 168. I mean, the interior, not the actual 168 EDS. Instead of like, whatever the fuck LTA came out with. Which just goes to show that this bus ultimately has more character. Like, when people see a Volvo B90L, right, with the SBS delivery, or even just the interior, they would 100% be able to tell that it's from Singapore and not like from some other country. Whereas you just couldn't do that with the MAN DD. Unless it's like SMB 5888H, but yeah. This just goes to show that rides have way more character than any fucking MAN DD would ever have. Okay, then to end off this video, right? Last time, Bedok North Depot basically rigged the cameos. Now under GAS Tampines, they don't do so anymore. So it used to be the starters would literally beg the bus drivers to drive a certain bus. Now that's no longer the case, thankfully. So it's like, right now the BC would request, make a request to the starters to drive the specific bus model they want. Okay, it's not really that, but it's more of like, whatever bus is available for them, they would take it, and the deployment has to, whatever bus they take, right, has to be approved by the starters. So obviously, you're not gonna have like buses that are longer than 12 meters. That is not a bendy bus. It's like a rigid longer than 12 meter bus. You're not gonna have that doing 291. Like, there are still actual restrictions. The last time they tried to do that nonsense on 298, right? The bus hit a tree, which technically isn't the BC's fault. It was kind of unlucky. And then they decided to swap it out because they're not having that happen again. But I'm like, which one of you decided it was a good idea to put DDs on short services? And not just that. Which one of you decided it was a good idea to send a longer than 12 meter bus into narrow roads? And that bus is not a bendy bus, which is, I don't know. But maybe that guy just wanted to experiment. I'm not gonna say much. But at the very least, It's not starters requesting BCs to drive the bus anymore. It's BCs, they see whatever bus is available, they take the bus, and it gets approved by the starters. So now there is no such thing as cameo rigging within Tampines. Unless it's like from a bus captain, bus enthusiast, they decide to like rig the cameos, and yeah, maybe you could count that. But at least now it's not like anybody is like actually coercing people to drive the bus. They have the freedom to choose right now, which I'm glad for that. Although to be honest, I feel like the PTO BCs, they really need to have more balls to call out the misbehaving bus enthusiasts. I don't care who the fuck you are, whether your whether your status in like the bus community is high or low, good or bad, you need to call them out if they misbehave. And it's not just when they talk loudly on the bus or they blast their fucking TikToks on the bus, even though they are supposed to be more mindful because they are literal bus enthusiasts, or if they do stupid things on the roads, like outside the bus. You guys need to step up with them, because I do understand that, like, you know, there are bus enthusiast BCs, but it's quite sad that like this kind of behavior is like validated and only a few of them actually take action against like these people. Like what the like I don't get why people would want to make friends with people with others that just like validate every single thing they do rather than friends that actually give you good advice. Like what the I don't get people, okay? Which is also probably why ever since young I preferred talking to people that are older than me as opposed to people that are younger than me. Not saying I have anything against people that are younger than me in age, but I'm just saying why I had the preference, and I'm glad that I had that preference. Oh my god. I mean, if anything is going to like catalyze the downfall of Singapore's bus scene or community, it's going to be the bus enthusiasts themselves and not like the authorities. Because nowadays, you guys know which side is doing the damage. And apparently now, other than like a few debuts, like the Silly Bee debuted on this one, like I think this thing is more of like falling out of popularity. And you see, bus enthusiasts nowadays, they're like, not all of them, but they're like so fucking trendy and materialistic. And it's also the whole FOMO, the fear of like missing out, which is what it's a new lingo by the new people. People of my age don't understand this. Okay, maybe people around the same age as me understand what FOMO means, but I'm sorry, I'm a little embarrassed to admit that like I needed to have somebody explain this to me, but nowadays I don't know what the fuck you're chasing. But at the very least, it's not rigged. So have fun with it, but please stay safe. Even if you don't care for your own life, don't bring down other people along with you. Oh my god, these people, they have no spine.